Hey there, happy to see you on our channel again. Today we give you a piece of breaking news from Globe magazine. Top things the public find disappointing about Meghan Markle. Number one, that she's a narcissistic fraud. When you think of narcissists, you usually think about serial killers, business magnates, doctors, lawyers, politicians. Unfortunately, though, plenty of ordinary people fall into that category too. I have to admit, in the beginning, Meghan had me fooled. But after watching her and listening to her over the past few months, I'm convinced that under all that blush, bronzer, and lip gloss, we have a little narc on our hands, and I don't mean Harry. Number two, the engagement interview. The engagement interview was the beginning of my doubting her true intentions. When asked if she was giving up acting like she's some kind of Meryl Streep, she replied nobly, yes, she was going to give up acting, but also, I've been on my show for 7 years and I'm proud of the work I've done there. So it's time to do something with, side-eye look at Harry, you. I think she might have actually forgotten his name for a second. First of all, Suits wasn't her show. And secondly, if straddling some guy while almost topless and sticking your tongue down his throat on camera is work to be proud of, you nailed it, girl. The more she spoke in the interview, the more I began to suspect that Meghan is also a big fraud. I couldn't put my finger on it, but I sensed something off about her. Too jokey, too relaxed, too smug, too full of herself. She gushed about meeting the Queen, whom she would later ignore and defy, to be able to meet her through Harry's lens, not just in his honor with respect for her as the monarch, but the love that he has for her as his grandmother. All of those layers have been so important to me. Lens? Layers? What the hell is she talking about? That was my introduction to her special brand of word salad, a confusing blend of words that don't make any sense but are intended to infer that she's a professional speaker. And Airball certainly didn't show much love for his grandmother during the Brexit debacle. They gave hardly any notice and later said they actually considered ambushing her with the news and flying out of there immediately. When Her Majesty the Queen asked them please to stop, just wait a couple of days, they said no. In fact, I think at that point, Meghan was running alongside the plane, dangling Archie by one arm while grabbing for the wing and yelling, stop, stop. Harry explained during the interview that he fell for Meghan quickly. It was a confirmation to me that all the stars were aligned, and the fact that she will be unbelievably good at the job part of it as well is obviously a huge relief to me. Unbelievably good at the job part of it? Well, honestly, that makes me kind of sad. Number three, the wedding. The wedding was beautiful, yes. It had everything you'd expect from a royal wedding. Pageantry, Windsor Castle, the chapel, the crowds, the horse-drawn carriage, the roving herd of A-list celebrities. Wait, what? Oprah? The Beckhams? Was Meghan a bigger deal than I thought? Am I missing something? We later learned that she had invited celebrities she didn't even know to this extravaganza. At this point, red flags are already starting to drop rapidly from the sky. That wasn't the only oddity. The only family member in attendance was her mom. Dad was unavailable due to a couple of pesky heart attacks he had suffered in the days leading up to the big event. That could have really screwed things up for Meghan, and I'm sure she was like, well, that's just great, Dad. What am I supposed to do now? Luckily, she had the wherewithal to soldier through, and the future king, Prince Charles, walked her halfway down the aisle. And just like that, she had snagged herself a prince. If it seems too good to be true, it probably is. Post-wedding, things started to fall apart pretty quickly, and red flags were whipping and snapping all over the place. The extravagant lifestyle, the private jets, the $1 million wardrobe, the lashing out at staff, the resignations of long-term staff, the tea-tossing tantrum, the attempts to upstage and sabotage other royals. It was a mess. Rumors were circulating faster than Harry and Meghan at the Lion King premiere. Almost overnight, Harry turned into a grouchy, mean-faced Harry, and Megs became a spiteful diva with too much time and money on her hands, wearing outfits costing somewhere in the range of a mid-sized compact car. Words like spoiled and entitled and ungrateful were bandied about. Number four, Megxit. When the big announcement came that they were stepping back as senior royals, I knew for sure she's a fraud. And she's been a fraud from day one. The nonsense about splitting time between North America and Britain was just code for peace out, we're moving to Los Angeles. I mean, Canada, suckers. As for wanting to have more control over what they do, I had to think about that for a minute. What is it that they actually do again? Speeches? Drop-ins at local charities? I think she maybe adopted a dog once. So to review, their plan was to live where they want, doing what they want and how they want, all while being fully supportive of the Queen. Oh, and they promise, pinky swear to become financially independent. The narcissist in Meghan is what propelled this idea forward. She no doubt felt that she would be in high demand in the US and money would be flowing to them in no time. The spoiled child in Harry is what allowed him to go along with it, probably relieved that Meghan was more than up for the challenge because he was certainly in no condition to actually, do anything. But Gan wasn't having it. I love that woman. She took away his Royal Highness and took away the use of royal in merchandising. And just like that, their merchandising scheme went up in smoke. Gan strikes again. The Queen gave them a year to get it together. Off to La La Land, and so this brave, beleaguered couple fearlessly struck out on their own with their son Archie and the clothes on their backs. And a hefty financial allowance, the use of a private jet, a couple of security guys, a Cadillac Escalade, and an $18 million mansion. So very brave. As of today, August 5th, 2020, they haven't done much of anything. A couple of speeches, a day of delivering food due to COVID-19, and a day of helping to prepare food for a local charity. Seriously, those are the only things I can think of. I'd like to add that Harry seems to be suffering from a worrisome case of failure to thrive. The man needs a burger and some sun. Stat. I think living in the real world is proving too much for him. Who knows what's going to happen when this year-long probation is up? As for Meghan, for now, she's sticking with Harry. As long as that cash is going to direct deposit at precise intervals, she's sticking with Harry. But what if they're cut off? That's anybody's guess. I think she'll go out on the hunt again. Like a shark, she has to keep moving. Always upwardly mobile, Meghan will choose the next from a heftier income demographic. Onward and upward. Yes, I'm disappointed that Meghan didn't turn out to be genuine and have pure motives, but I'm not losing any sleep over it. Gan's got this. I feel sorry for Harry. To me, he's been that lost little boy since Diana died. I mean, the kind of inferiority one must grow up with, knowing that you were meant to be a spare for someone and forever be second to him. When Diana was here, she probably helped him navigate those feelings, but after she died, he must be doubly lost. I think he was happy at the early parts of William and Catherine's marriage when the three of them were close and could spend time together. But when Catherine and Charles had Prince George and then Charlotte and even Louis, he must have felt left out. After all, his brother had a whole family with 3 children, and there he was, alone, looking in. I believe this is what made him really vulnerable and desperate to find a wife. It didn't matter who it was. And that's when Meghan came along. She's a more dominating and independent type, a stark contrast to Harry's less dominant personality, and that's why Meghan is more or less leading the pair in this relationship. Anyway, I wish good luck to Harry. Hopefully, he will return to the monarchy eventually, and I believe that the Queen would welcome him back with open arms, and the damage done to his relationships with his family can be healed with time. How about you? How do you feel about this? Please let us know in the comment section below where we can discuss them together. Remember to like and share this video with friends and family, and as always, subscribe to our channel for all the latest news on the royal family right here. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.